Some interesting staff news today. It came from all of the big national reporter types, but I saw it first from Travis Branham, who reported that Miami head coach Jay Lucas has hired Miami Columbus High School head coach Andrew Moran. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correct, but hey, guess what? That's the Boozer Twins head coach. He's now on the staff at Miami with Jay Lucas. This is a sizable change here, not only for the Boozer twins, but here's a few other names that he has coached recently. RJ Lewis, Jace and Jackson Richardson, Dante Allen, Alex Lloyd from Florida, Caleb Gaskins, and several others. This could have some big time recruiting implications, Ralph. What does this mean to you?
It means two things for me. The more long-term, nuanced approach is that Jay Lucas is known himself as a elite recruiter, somebody who is probably going to put a lot of emphasis on recruiting as his head coaching job. So now you bring in one of the best and most well-connected high school coaches in the area, who is also a good recruiter in high school, to be on your staff to continue being a good recruiter, particularly locally. That makes a ton of sense. Pitch it that way makes a ton of sense. But this move was also done in an attempt to try and get the Booster Twins to flip. Like, if you have that as well on top of all the other stuff, like, oh yeah, that we could try that. That'll make some sense. But I have to imagine it's probably not the only reason this was done, but this may have happened sooner rather than later to try and potentially get the Boozer Twins to flip because they before this regime was there, the Larinaga regime was still there. Miami was in the mix, like one of the final schools for the Boozer Twins, along with Duke. Now I would imagine things look much more appealing, and now you have your high school coach there too. I think there's some real pressure there on the Boozer Twins to rethink a decision.
So I think this is incredibly interesting because I love that point by you. My reaction to this is just like, oh, it's boozer play, crazy. It's real. And I think that's a big part of it. But also, I do think independently this would be a good hire, even if the Boozer twins weren't the Boozer twins. If it was
Right.
just hiring this coach who has some connections at the grassroots level that is from this area and can get you the best players, then great, go do it. So I like that angle for sure. I agree it was probably expedited just given the urgency here. To me, it's just a massive Batman signal from Jay Lucas that says, I'm actually going for this.
Yep.
And I don't feel, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just out of the loop. I mean, when he took the Miami job, all the speculation was like, well, they're probably doing this in part because they think they can flip the boozers. I flat out don't think Jay Lucas would have gotten the Miami job if Miami didn't think he could flip the boozers. And if he wasn't telling them privately, hey, I'm going to bring them with me. And I feel like when that hire happened, that was the convo. It was like, we'll see. And then it just kind of died. Duke made a Final Four run. There was a whole lot of pro Shire talk, even
Mhm.
him publicly addressing how happy he is for Jay Lucas. Like it just kind of squashed, and it felt like, oh, maybe we all jumped the gun on the boozer stuff. No, no, the season's over now. It's a week after the season, and guess what? Now he's actually saying, "Let's dance." That's what this is. And I am fascinated by what's going to happen next here because make no mistake that this hire is happening so that the boozers will come play for their high school coach. And I think that's how you have to frame it, right? Like this has to be what they're trying to do.
What's happening is the Boozer Twins are getting independently wealthy aside from their parents. That's what's happening. Because it's going to take a bigger payday to get you to stay at Duke, I would imagine. And I don't know if there's a school I would not want to go deep pocket hunting with less than Duke. Duke will find a way to make this work, I would assume, unless the relationship with Jay Lucas is so strong and the relationship with the high school coach is so strong that they decide to leave.
One of my thoughts as this plays out is like, okay, we hired your head coach, Jay, or whatever. We hired your guy, the Duke assistant. We hired him. That wasn't enough. Damn. Okay, got your high school coach. Let's give it a couple more weeks. That's not enough. Who's next? Like who else from the Booster Twins is Carlos going to end up on the Miami staff? Ralph, what's the end line here?
The big man coach, Carlos Boozer, just a 1 year deal to work with the bigs.
It could happen. What if I mean shit, what if Miami hires Shire at this
I
point?
think I think this the interesting part of this so much is how like Carlos's ties to Duke. The fact he played there, was so good there, won a title there. I think that's what makes this so interesting. Because it was just like, let's say it was Kentucky. I think probably things are much more likely they do flip to Miami. But there are like family ties there. There are
Yeah,
family ties to Durham that are harder to break.
true. You're very, very true. Part of me can't believe this, partially just because like after it quieted down, I really thought this was kind of just gonna die out. Like it was all hearsay speculation. Ooh, Miami thought Jay Lucas could get him. He can't. They're going to Duke. Let's keep it moving. But like, God, it just feels like this is very targeted. Let's get them.
Oh, it's 100% targeted. There's some nice stuff that comes along with it, but it's a 100% targeted.
Do you think this increases the chances? It has to, right? Like,
It has to. I don't know if it, pushes it over the edge to where it happens, but it 100% increases the chances or reopens the door if the door was closed before.
what's your gut say right now? Percentage chance that the Boozers flip to Miami.
15%.
So still very small.
Still very small, just because if they were to go to Shire and say, hey, we think we're leaving, he's just going to dig down in his drawer and throw another million on the table and be like, no, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm intrigued by all things Duke right now too. Like the conflicting reports on if they're after Xavier Lee are out right now. There was a little smoke last night when a Caden Lewis decommitted from Kentucky that maybe Duke is part of the reason why, which wouldn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe in tandem, it's like they're not recruiting Xavier, maybe because they know they're getting a Caden. But why do you want a Caden if you have the Boozers? Wait a second. Like there's just a lot of like moving parts smoke I'm trying to read here right now.
Should
I
we should we tinfoil hat that one step sooner or one step further?
Yeah.
So Caden comes, right? You need a point guard, that's fine. And that's the position one of the Boozer twins plays, right? What position does the other Boozer twin play?
Nate Amen's position.
Or Cooper Flagg's position.
Oh! Wow. Yeah. He hasn't announced anything yet, has he?
He's not coming back. Fun tinfoil hat, Brian was like, oh, maybe.
Well, I, I the first time that we talked about this like a month ago, I said I think they do flip. So I'm on record. My one prediction I have made on this is that they will flip to Miami. I am not moving off of that after this development. I was very much in the camp of like, I was wrong. I was wrong. Now that this has re-injected life into this conversation, I might be wrong, but my
You're never
prediction is my
wrong.
prediction.
You're never wrong, Greg. You're just too soon.
That is very true. Sometimes that happens. Well, all right. This is at least very interesting at minimum. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. John Shire, you had a lot of battles on the court that you won this year. Now you got to win one off the court with your guy. We'll keep covering this as it progresses. We got portal updates for you every single day. Go check out the Sleepers Media YouTube channel for it all.